Good afternoon guys, welcome to the new video. So today I'm going to be talking about stocking levels. Now this is a contentious issue. I mean, after salt this probably causes more arguments on the forums than anything, and I think it's probably because it's so difficult to prove. There's very little science and very little fact involved. So what I'm going to tell you today is purely what I have concluded based on my experience, my own experience, to be honest with you. This video was requested by one of the subscribers, and obviously, you know, if you have any requests or anything at all, anything you'd like me to cover, please, you know, do put a comment, and I'll see what I can do. But we'll crack on, see how we go. So two things. Firstly, one is, I'll say, on the forums, on the Facebook groups, probably I see 4 or 5 problems a day. Maybe them bacteria problems, be it water quality problems, be it parasitic problems, and I honestly believe the vast majority of those problems are related to overstocking. So they're the 4 problems you're going to encounter more the more densely you stock your pond with fish: parasites, bacterial problems, water quality problems. So that's my first point. My second thing is, I see a lot of people quote inches or centimetres of fish per X number of gallons. Now, I won't use that as a metric because I don't buy into that, to be perfectly honest, because that to me suggests you could have 2 6-inch fish or 1 12-inch fish, and that is the same, and in my opinion it isn't. When I talk about gallons per koi, that koi is 1 koi, and it is irrespective of the size. So a 15 centimetre koi is 1, an 80 centimetre koi is 1, and the reason for that is I believe it doesn't matter. The big koi need the volume because they need to move around freely, they need space, they need, you know, they emit pheromones, they emit things into the water that need to be diluted, etc, etc. The smaller fish need the volume, not necessarily because they need to move around, but because they're more susceptible to water quality problems, they're more susceptible to bacteria and also parasite problems, because they've not yet built up their immune systems, they've not become hardy, they're not toughened up, they're more vulnerable. And so, as far as I'm concerned, a koi is a koi, and the figures I quote are for koi, 1 koi, irrespective of size, they all need the same space. Okay, so as I say, based on my experience, so probably about 15 years ago now, I built a pond. I think it was my 3rd pond, and I was single at the time, living on my own. I had a very good job, a lot of money to spend. I got, by my own admission, I became a bit of a koi snob. You know, I went to shows. When I was there, the circles I was moving in, and at the time the figure bandied about was 300 gallons per koi, and I bought into that. I built a 5,500 gallon pond, and I put 14 koi in there, because if 300 is the figure, then I wanted 400. It's just the way I was at the time. So 14 koi in 5,500 gallons is close to 400 gallons per koi, I believe. Now, I ran that pond with some big, good quality fish in for 9 years, and in 9 years I didn't have a water quality problem, I didn't treat for parasites, I didn't have a bacterial problem, I didn't have one single ailment, I didn't treat the pond once. And I've no science for it, I can't prove it, but in my opinion that was down to being stocked correctly. I think nature finds a way, a bit Jurassic Park there, but nature, you know, in the wild you've got ponds, lakes, rivers, the levels of fish in there, the populations grow, and then before they get too big, nature intervenes, be it with a disease, with one problem or another. You know, nature sorts it out, and it's the same in this small ecosystem that is your koi pond. So I firmly believe the more volume per fish you have, the less problems you will have. So it's a trade-off. So what figure am I going to sort of suggest to you now? I think 300 gallons per hour per koi was good 15 years ago, but I think today things have moved on a bit. Filters are better, koi husbandry skills are better. People, mainly because of the internet, people have access to knowledge and information. People can read up. I think people know more and are better educated today. And if they run into a problem, help is easily obtainable and quickly. And so I think I'm going to say you could squeeze that down. I think what I would recommend now today is 200 gallons per koi as a minimum. If you can go more, but as an absolute minimum, I'd go 200. I'd say 200 gallons per koi. I think you'll run into problems occasionally at that level, but I think it's a justifiable level. I think it's manageable, let's say, and I don't think it's too much to put on your fish. I think I will say it's very difficult, and I know very few people who are not overstocked, and I am overstocked. Okay, the story with this pond is we're not going to be in this house long, so I wanted to build a little pond. It was designed to be just under 1,000 gallons, hold 6 tosai. I was going to get 6 tosai. They were going to stay in there. We'd watch them grow, just the 6, no more, and then at some point we're going to move house, and then we'll decide what happens. But that was that. If you've probably done the maths already, but that is less than 200 gallons per koi at 6, and I have since, because I didn't get a chag which I wanted in that first 6, I've since bought a chag, so I've actually got 7. So I'm guilty as everyone. Come the spring, I will say that when I get them out to have a look over them in the spring, one will be moved on, probably the Saragoi, because the body shape's just gone. There he is, actually, right on cue. He's a fat little bugger. Give him the winter, see if his body shape recovers, but probably the Saragoi is going to move on, and I'll be back. There he is again. I'll be back to 6. See how fat he is. But as I say, that is not 200 gallons per fish. I'm as guilty as the next man. But yeah, that's the number I would suggest you try and aim for in today. 200 gallons per koi minimum, and more if you can. Okay, thanks for watching as usual. If you like the video, please subscribe. Please hit the icon to receive notifications, and do check out my other videos. I've getting a little collection going now. I think there's about 7 or 8 videos. So we're starting to get some momentum. And as I say, if there's anything you'd like me to cover, please do put it in the comments, and I'll see what I can do. I'll see you in the next video, and in the meantime, please stay safe. And we'll see you then.